Today, we're breaking down Bitcoin scams explained, 6 common traps. Welcome to Bitcoin Bytes HQ, simple Bitcoin explainers. This is educational content only, not financial advice. Let's go. Bitcoin scams matter right now because Bitcoin transactions are final. There's no support desk that can reverse a mistake. If Bitcoin is sent to the wrong place, it's usually gone for good. Scammers know this, and they design scams that push people to act fast, skip verification, and trust the wrong signals. Understanding how these scams work is less about fear and more about learning how Bitcoin is supposed to be used. The first thing to understand is that Bitcoin doesn't require trust in people, it requires verification. Bitcoin doesn't know who you are, how urgent your situation is, or who told you to send funds. It only checks whether the rules are followed. Scams work by pulling you away from that rule-based thinking and into emotional decision-making. The first type of Bitcoin scam is crypto giveaways. These often say something like, "Send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 2 back." They're usually promoted through fake live streams, hacked social media accounts, or impersonated influencers. People believe these because the messages look official and appear to come from trusted names. In reality, Bitcoin doesn't work like a refund system. There's no mechanism that automatically sends more Bitcoin back to you just because you sent some out. Once it's sent, it's done. A common variation is a limited time giveaway, where the scammer says the offer is only for the first few people who send BTC. That urgency is intentional. It prevents you from taking a moment to verify the link, the profile, or the address. The scam relies on your brain reacting faster than your verification process. The second type of Bitcoin scam is impersonation. This is when scammers pretend to be exchanges, wallet companies, customer support, or even government agencies. They may email you, message you, or call you, claiming there's a problem with your account. These scams work because they borrow authority. They sound confident, official, and urgent. But Bitcoin itself never contacts you, and legitimate services don't ask for private keys or recovery phrases. Impersonation can also show up as fake support chats on social media or fake website help pages. If you're unsure, the safest move is to stop, close the page, and contact the company using a verified channel you already trust, not the one the message gave you. The third type of Bitcoin scam involves fake investment platforms. These promise steady returns from trading, mining, or automated strategies. They often show fake dashboards with growing balances to build confidence. People believe these scams because the numbers look professional and familiar. But Bitcoin doesn't produce guaranteed returns, and real platforms don't lock withdrawals behind surprise fees or account upgrades. Some of these platforms even pay out small amounts early to build trust, then freeze withdrawals later. That's the classic bait and switch. The scam is designed to make you feel comfortable enough to deposit more, at which point you've already lost control. These scams all succeed for the same reason. They try to replace Bitcoin's rules with trust in a person, a website, or a promise. Now that you know how Bitcoin is supposed to work, here are a few more different types of scams that exploit those gaps. The fourth Bitcoin scam is phishing and domain spoofing. This happens when scammers create fake websites or emails that look nearly identical to real ones. A single letter in a domain name might be changed. A fake QR code might replace a real one. People fall for this because their eyes recognize the layout, not the details. Bitcoin doesn't know if an address came from a real site or a fake one. That responsibility is entirely on the user. Phishing can also show up as a fake Wallet Connect request. You might think you're authorizing a legitimate app, but you're actually granting a scam contract permission to empty your wallet. The scam doesn't need your password. It needs your permission. That's the key difference. Bitcoin wallets are designed to obey commands. If you approve the wrong command, the wallet will follow it without hesitation. The fifth Bitcoin scam is cloud mining schemes. These promise passive income by claiming they mine Bitcoin on your behalf. The pitch sounds simple. You invest up front, and they do the work. In reality, most of these operations don't mine anything at all. Bitcoin mining is capital intensive and competitive. If mining were truly easy and profitable, there would be no reason to sell it to strangers online. Even when the company does own real mining hardware, the contracts are often structured so that the risk sits with you while the company keeps the upside. The reality is that mining rewards fluctuate, and the company can change the terms or stop payouts when it becomes inconvenient. That's why even real cloud mining is rarely a good idea. The sixth Bitcoin scam is recovery scams. These target people who have already lost Bitcoin. Scammers contact victims claiming they can recover lost funds for a fee. This works because people want closure and hope. But Bitcoin transactions can't be reversed, and no third party has special access to retrieve funds once they're gone. Some recovery scams use emotional pressure, saying, "You must act now or you'll never get it back." That urgency is a red flag. Real recovery is not a secret service. If you ever feel rushed, that's usually the scam itself. When I first started, I assumed scams would be obvious and loud. Early scams often were, but over time, they've become quieter and more polished. The biggest shift for me was realizing that scams don't usually break Bitcoin's rules. They convince people to break them themselves. That insight changed how I approach every transaction. To recap, Bitcoin scams rely on urgency, authority, and confusion. Bitcoin itself is slow, deliberate, and rule-based. Wallets don't protect you from bad decisions. They simply follow instructions. The safest mindset is to slow down. Verify the domain you're using. Double-check the Bitcoin address before you send. Compare multiple sections of the address, not just the first and last characters. If you're unsure, send a tiny test amount first. Use bookmarks for sites you trust, and never share your private keys or recovery phrase with anyone, no matter how official they sound. A small next step is to be diligent. Verify the domain. Double-check the address. Notice red flags like urgency, impersonation, or requests for your private keys. Take your time, even if it feels inconvenient. Bitcoin rewards careful behavior, not fast reactions.
That's Bitcoin Scams Explained, 6 Common Traps, simplified. If this helped, like, share, and subscribe for more Bitcoin explainers. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.